What is going on, gamers? Aevatrex here, and I heard you guys that you wanted some more Zero videos, some more combat videos, so here you go. You ask, and you shall receive. So I went ahead and found this target that we're going to be double rallying with FPO. I believe they started at about 430 million mites, somewhere around that range. And the first rally that I was going to go ahead and send out was cavalry, because usually people do not sit in ranged phalanx when they have about 3 million T1 ranged. It's not something you want to do. So I'm guessing I'm going cavalry. FPO, they're going to be going full ranged. So that's the plan initially. We got a scout report. They got about, I believe it was about 9 million troops. So I wasn't too worried about my leader being captured or anything like that, because the only war gear that they had was the chest plate, which is a purple firewall plate. So as long as they don't change gear or anything like that, my leader should be okay. And I have my timer set up. Like I mentioned in other videos, when you're double rallying, you want to have a timer that you can release to launch whenever you want, because it will facilitate you being able to be coordinated a little better. Even if your coordination isn't 100%, it'll still be useful. So this rally, I was gonna go ahead and hit first. So we're both ready. As you can see, both arrows, that means that we both have timers just waiting to launch. And while this was going on, I was also communicating with him through line chat, letting him know, okay, I'm gonna launch right now. After I launch, I need you to launch. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and release right now. Remember, my first rally is going to be cavalry. Theirs is going to be ranged. We don't know what phalanx is in, so at this point it's just a guessing game. So yeah, 431 million. My first rally hits. Doesn't really do too much damage. It did about 7-8 million because he was in ranged wedge. Now that's not something that you see often, for somebody to have a ton of T1 and then be in the phalanx of that T1 in the front lines. Just not a good look. So I don't know if it was just something that they didn't intend to, but we still did a decent amount of damage. We did 1.2 million troops, although most of it was T1. In the end, we did lose their rally, but now we know exactly what phalanx is in. And as you can tell, their rally did hit. They went full range and they did quite a bit of damage. They got rid of all the T1 and started going into the T3 and T4. So now that we got that out of the way, it's time to go ahead and continue this zero. Now I'm gonna go ahead and be sending infantry and ranged. I believe FPO sent something similar. I don't recall exactly what they sent, but this time around they were gonna go ahead and hit first. So that worked out for me. One thing to keep in mind when you're rallying, especially if they're going to be getting reinforcements, as this guy was, although it was only a couple thousand, but you always want to put on an anti-scout in between rallies, because if they can scout you and they can see exactly what you're sending, they can reinforce better. They can, if they see that you're sending range, they can go ahead and reinforce with infantry, etc., etc. So you always want to go ahead and switch between anti-scout and army attack. Don't ever use army defense boost, whether you're defending or attacking. If somebody tells you otherwise, they're lying to you, okay? Use army attack boost, whether you're the one rallying, whether you're the one taking the rally. Don't ever let somebody tell you to use army defense. It is not going to do you any good. So here we go. They're gonna go ahead and send their rally. I see it walking, so that means I gotta get to walking. And their rally hits. I see fire, so I'm like, okay, this is going great. They're down to 356. My rally hits, and let's see the damage. We're down to 318. So we're looking good. They haven't come online. They haven't changed gears, anything like that. So we're good. I believe during the rallies, some of my guildmates were saying that he switched gear, but there's no way he switched gears and never shielded. I think they were just confused and clicking on somebody else. But there's the damage. We got almost, what, about 800,000 dead T4, along with a lot of other T3. So it was about that time. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go full infantry, because pretty much they had no cavalry to speak of. And this time around, they're probably gonna be cleared regardless. So I wasn't too worried about it. Let's see. You always want to send some T3. Just depends on how much you want to send. I usually try to keep it with between 60,000 or so when I'm using an army size boost. And like I mentioned, I start a rally and I immediately put on the anti-scout. That way they don't know exactly what I'm going to be sending. So let's go ahead and take a look at this report once again. So we got about 350,000 stealth snipers also dead. And he still has some T1 archers, but not much to speak of. And once again, really did not have much cavalry left. So since I was the one that's going to be hitting second, I thought, okay, full infantry should be more than enough. So with all of that being said, my rally was already filled. FPO hits while I was trying to get ready for my launch. So they had already hit. And that means that I'm going to go ahead and launch right now. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and activate my army attack because I am ready to launch. And there I go. They had a little bit of time to reinforce in between, but it was just not enough. 200,000 is not going to make a big difference whatsoever. So let's go ahead and take a look at the report. There it is. Captured the enemy leader. So that means a complete zeroed. It was what, about 9 million troops down the drain. But you know what the funniest part is? Do you know what the funniest part is of all of this? Check this out. About 5 seconds after we zeroed him, he shields. My dude, you're 5 seconds too late. We just took your leader. There is nothing better than zeroing somebody, and as soon as you get the zero, seconds later, you see that shield go up. Like, what kind of feeling must that be to hit that shield as you're zeroed? I don't even wanna fathom. But yeah, appreciate you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and until later.